Thanks.
You know, if you get upset about the one person who told you no or told you to fuck off, and then that's ruining the rest of your day, and then you can't even go and sell anybody because that one interaction ruined your whole day. So the most important thing to take away from that is don't let it's a saying, it's he who angers you controls you, right? So if you're letting that one person control the way that you're feeling for the rest of the day, they win. They won. They won, and they took your time, and they took your mentality and threw it in the trash. They win that situation. And we don't want them to win. That's why we argue and fight back, and we curse them and this and that. But at the end of the day, they're still winning because they're in your head, and you're thinking about that and not about how you can go help other people. So I think also what's super important is we're like, oh, damn, we have to go to work. It's like, oh, we have an early meeting. Damn, that sucks. Turn that from, it's all about what you tell yourself and what's in here. And then whatever this is in here is what you're going to project out, right? So if you're like, damn, this sucks. Yeah, it's hot. Turn it from a job into more of like a lifestyle, right? If you're telling yourself, oh my God, we have to go work again. Yeah, you're not going to be having too good of a time. But luckily for us, we get to go work and we get to go make the money that we make from doing this job. Nobody wants to go work $9 an hour at a McDonald's or anything like that, right? Those people would kill to do what we do if they knew, I mean, honestly, the job's easy. We're walking around, right? So we're getting exercise, we're talking to people, literally just going, having conversation, making friends, and we literally print money out of thin air. Literally what we're doing is knocking on a door, talking and having a conversation, and then just printing money. That's how I look at it. Right? It's like a sport almost. You make it a game for yourself. It's a lot easier than, you know, oh, we have to go do this. No, we don't have to. Nobody has to be here. But if you want to be here and you want to do good, you know, you flip this. All we do is exercise, have a conversation, make friends, and we print money. There's people out there who are struggling for $9 an hour, wondering, you know, am I going to be able to even make it to my next paycheck? Luckily, most of us don't have to worry about that. And I think also, when you're trying to maintain, so it's like, oh, I'm trying to, you know, do this, I'm trying to do that. It's exhausting. Building is energizing. What we're doing is building for our futures. So whether you look at it that way or not, this is setting you up for further things in life. We only work 5 or 6 months out of the year. That gives us another 6 months to literally take the money that we made from this job, dive into other avenues, dive into other industries, invest, have fun, travel, whatever you want to do with that. But what it is we're building for the future, right? And you can't have success without sacrifice. So we're sacrificing 5 months of complete dedication, complete commitment, and hard work. So for the rest of those other 5, 6 months, we can do whatever the hell we want. If you want to sit in your room and play video games all day, now you have that luxury because you went and worked your ass off for 5 months, right? So you're building for the future. We all have goals that we're building towards, right? Like I said, you want to, like Cam and Grady, they went and bought quads. If you were doing your job back home, what were you making, like 16 bucks an hour? How long would you have to save up for a quad? Yeah, months, if not a year or two, right? So we're always building towards something. The secret ingredient into all of it is just having fun. Switch the mindset of working to having fun on the doors. Crack a couple of jokes, make people laugh. Even if you're not going to get the sale, make it a positive interaction. Make that person laugh, make their day, right? Everybody, we all have things that we're going through, we all have things that we're dealing with, but at the end of the day, if you can just make it fun, you're going to hop in the van at the end of the day with a smile on your face. Even if you didn't sell, if you put in the maximum effort and you put in the maximum input that you possibly can every day, there's no way you're going to hop in the van mad. Because you know you gave it all you got. So at the end of the day, you give it all you got every day. Yeah, you might not sell today, but tomorrow you might go and sell 3. But if you don't measure your success based off of the number of sales you have, you measure it based off of the effort and the input that you're putting in every day, you'll never really be upset with yourself because you gave it everything you have. And if you give it everything you have every single day, the sales will just come. They'll come naturally, right? But if we're on the doors and we're like, we're like looking at our phone, this and that, you're not putting in maximum effort. You're missing little things here and there to help you identify your customer. How do they take care of their grass? What kind of stickers do they have in their truck? Oh, this guy down the street and this guy have the same truck. They have the same school sign in the yard. There's always little connections that you can be making between people to help you further yourself into the process. And like it says here, what I was just telling you, he who angers you controls you. Don't get upset with people on the doors. They're controlling you. They win the situation and ruin your day. As men, it is our direct responsibility to control our mind and our emotions. Right? And you have to have the mindset of some do, don't, so what? Some people get it, some people don't. We're the ones who are providing the service. We have the competitive advantage. It's up to us if they get a good deal or not. They can always call in and they can pay all that money if they want to, or they can work with us and get a good deal, right? If at the end of the day, if they don't want what we're selling, hey, look, that's totally fine. We're doing a service for them, right? So it's up to us if we even want to provide them with that service. Too many of us are focusing on what we do wrong instead of focusing on what we do right. If you're constantly beating yourself up on what you're doing wrong, you're paralyzing yourself. And then success comes from two things, grit and desire. Who are we doing this for? What are we doing this for? And how do we define success? Do you define it by money, by the amount of sales you have? The best way to define success is by the continuous journey toward the achievement of predetermined worthwhile goals, right? When you break that down, what it really is it's just the journey. So one, you have to enjoy the journey and then get the achievement of what you set yourself. And it has to be worthwhile, right? If I was to say, I'll just use it to, whatever, like something stupid, right? Like everybody, it has to be worth your time. Because there's no way we're going to come out here for 5 months and do all of this if it's not even worth our time, right? So you have to set goals that are worth your time and enjoy the journey toward that achievement of those goals, right? If your why or who is strong enough, you will accomplish your goals, right? And I think who is a lot more important for why, at least for me. Like who I'm doing this for, it's not necessarily for me at all. It's for all of the people that are around me in my life. So I'm doing this for the people around me so I can provide and protect, just like the customers, they're doing the same thing. The amount of effort and the input you put in defines your success. And the main objection that we face in sales is trust. At the end of the day, that's really what it boils down to. We build trust by being authentic and being likable. Treat them how they want to be treated. Talk to them how they want to be talked to. If you have a sweet little old lady, obviously we all know how to identify our customers. Treat them and talk to them how they want to be treated and talked to, right? A good way to look at what we do is being an assistant buyer. We are helping them make the decision. Like I said, we walk with them in our hand, and a good decision that could save their life. You control the entire process, but make them feel like they're in control the entire time. How do we do that? We do that by asking questions. So when you ask questions, really they're just giving you the answer, right? They're giving you everything you need to know. That's why question-based selling is so effective. That's why the can we pay questions or anything. Where do you feel like a burglar would break in? Anything. Like, they're literally just giving you the answers. They're just feeding you all of the information, and all you have to do is use it against them, right? And honestly, like, that's the best way to do it. When you're doing sales, a lot of the top people in sales, they're not even talking that much. Their customers are the ones who are doing most of the talking. You want to be listening twice as much as you are talking. And then that way for you, they're literally just feeding you everything that you need. So when you do come down to the point where you're trying to battle objections and answer the objection, you have all the ammo that you need, right? That's why we do the can we pay survey and all of that kind of stuff. We use that to our advantage. People buy emotionally and defend their decision with logic. Get the customer you serve emotionally involved in the sale. Get them emotionally attached. Help them rationalize their decision with logic. And then the way you do that is show them how it actually helps them save money with the home insurance, how they would have paid more if they called in. You're helping them rationalize the decision that they've already made with logic. right? So we already got them emotionally attached, they're already buying. And then like the cherry on top is, hey, look, here's the home insurance discount. You know, do you feel better making this decision knowing you saved all of this money, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of different ways that you can do that. And then sales is just a transference of trust as well as energy, right? Now, obviously the energy part's important, but if they don't trust you, it can be a perfect presentation. They can totally understand everything that you're doing, but at the end of the day, if they still don't trust you, they're probably not going to get it, right? And then here's just like a couple of golden nuggets, some good things to do. Next to the word sacrifice or success is sacrifice. First comes the action, then the motivation. 3 is have fun. The harder you work, the luckier you get, which is a big one. People will say, oh, you got lucky, you ran into, you know, a two for one, right? Well, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have done that if you were sitting on a bench, right? So how lucky really are you? If you're not up knocking the doors, if you weren't here, you wouldn't have that luck. If you weren't putting the work in, if you didn't get that person to like you at first, you know, it's not really luck. You're creating the luck by working hard. We get energy from the word yes. So I like to make it to where I'm getting like minor agreements or like small yeses here and there. And that kind of gives you energy, right? The best time, the most effective time to sell is right after you get a yes. Right after you get a sale, you go and you sell more, right? A lot of people, you know, not in this office necessarily, but just in this industry, they get a sale and they go home. Or they get a sale and they start to relax a little bit. After you get a yes, that's the most important time to keep going. Never end on a yes, right? Always keep going after. Even if it's 9:30, just go knock one more because you can get another door, right? I think it's important to never end on a yes because you can be tired all day, but we've all had it. You get that yes at 8 o'clock, at 8:15, and you're like, holy shit, I'm ready to go. You want to keep going, right? So I think it's important to never end on that yes because you never know what can happen. 6, we get better or worse, no neutral. You can always do things that are helping you or hurting you. Currency, relationships, money comes and goes. Relationships in this job last way longer. 8, personalize the situation to the location. Talk about their neighborhood, the area, the street, the park next to them. There's a bunch of different ways. If there's no pain, there will never be a change, right? So like, hey, your neighbor next door got this, and this, right? Personalize it to their location.
So like 2 more minutes, Kyle.
Alright.
Kyle did the train the whole week off this, baby.
Yeah.
Holy cow, yeah. Let's have you train tomorrow too.
Alright.
But yeah, guys, I mean, this is something I'm super grateful right here that I have someone like Kyle, like Nate, like Lamont, like all of you guys are willing to give your time and energy and effort to this team. Like that was amazing stuff, guys. Like people pay thousands of dollars for yeah, I've Kyle to do that later this week. But and that's another thing too, guys. You know, I think the mindset. Alex isn't here, right? Let's call that out. His excuse for that was mental health. Okay. What better place in the entire world could you be than right here for your mental health? You're around 22 guys who are all trying to reach a common goal, who are successful. What's better for your mental health? Sitting in New Orleans with a bunch of friends that are hitting you up to smoke weed and play video games, or being in a room full of people that are motivated to go hit their goals? Which do you think is a better place to be?
Right.
Right the fuck here. There's no better place in the world that you could be for your mental health as a 19, 20-year-old kid than being in this room right here.
100%.
Being around people like that are here to motivate you.
100%.
Being around people that are trying to get in the gym, right? I came home and my whole apartment was clean, right? Like, we have a group of people here that are like, I know people want to talk about this tomorrow, like elite level people, guys, like in this room, and that's who you're surrounding yourself with, okay? So have a mindset of gratitude and gratefulness. Hey, I get to be with a group like this. Because this is very uncommon to be around a group of people like this.
That's your teammates, not your competition.
Yeah.
That's your teammates. You know?
And I'm grateful to have a couple of geese, right, that are leading the pack, because, like, selfishly, this is the fucking one I want to win. This competition right here. Like, this is the one that I was thinking about in the off season, right? Like, you guys are kind of like helping push because you've heard from me all year, but like, this is the one that I want to win. So I'm grateful to have all you guys that are pushing to hit your goals. We have high goals, so let's go out and hit them. Let's do that.
Hey, you got us?
So I just pray that we all have a good month this month. We know it's a big month for the office, for everyone here. It's the last month. So I just pray everyone give it their all. Start fresh. Treat it like when we first got here. Everyone just start blinking and just kill it. Foot on the pedal, all gas, no brakes, all month. We don't want to be looking back after this month regretting it. We don't want to lose to no other office and call ourselves the top office. You can't do that if you don't officially win the top office. So let's just go kill it, boys. Everyone sell. Let's get to everybody.
Accountability partners. Accountability partners. Hold each other accountable.